Hello and welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl. Now, this is your astrological forecast for March 2026. And welcome. Now, before I get into the forecast, I want to speak about the parade of planets that are aligning on the 28th of February in the evening between 8 and 9. They will all be visible. And this is connected to a reset within each and every one of us. However, some of you who are not awakened may not feel it as deeply as those who are on their journey and that are walking with intention. Okay, and the 6 planets are Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so with this massive reset happening, we're starting to see signs of it on a global level. We're looking at the U.S. and Iran, the U.S. and Israel invading Iran and Tehran. We're also seeing that the Russians, the Chinese, North Koreans, and Cuba are all starting to get involved, even the UK. Okay, so this is massive. And to, create a third world war is not in our best interests for the U.S. Okay, and it's in nobody's best interest. But this is some of what we are seeing unfolding at this present moment. Now, we also have a total lunar eclipse that is occurring in March, early March, and this will have an effect on us. It's a 2-year cycle that's it's waking up, and this is karmic energy, and it's happening in the sign of Virgo. So with this total eclipse energy, there is a lot that we are having to face going forward. So let me just get into a little bit of this full moon and lunar eclipse. Okay, so it's going to be happening on the 3rd, and they call it a worm full moon. But with this total eclipse coinciding with it, it becomes a blood moon, and it'll be 82 minutes, and we will be able to see the color blood moon on the 3rd. And we won't have another total lunar eclipse until New Year's Eve of 2028. Okay? So with this being in the sign of Virgo, this lunar eclipse is exposing the truth. Okay? Virgo, it doesn't create chaos. It diagnoses it with precision, because Virgo is all about the boxes and perfectionism. Virgo rules our habits, how we organize, our discipline, our health, our daily routine, and our self-criticism, and our perfection patterns. Okay? So this lunar eclipse exposes what we've been tolerating, okay, just going along with, such as where we are overgiving, overthinking, where we have been ignoring our body, where we have been staying out of obligation, and where our standards have quietly lowered. This lunar eclipse is activated on the karmic axis of the Pisces North Node and Virgo South Node at this time. And these nodes happen every 18 months. So we're at the end of the North and South Node in Pisces and Virgo. So come July, we'll be in Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node. Okay? So these nodes represent past karma, unfinished lessons, emotional patterns, and contracts, and cycles that repeat until they are corrected. Okay? So this is the big reset for humanity that is occurring now, because once we get into this total lunar eclipse, we'll be different people. Okay? You may not notice it right away, but it'll take a year before we start seeing the difference from where we are now to where we will be when we get there. Okay, so I'm not going to talk a lot about the whole month forecast, because this total lunar eclipse and this full moon and this new moon that's coming on the 18th is holding a whole lot of energy. And we need to talk about that and be aware of it so that we can act accordingly. But you know, with Pisces involved, it's about going with the flow. And we will talk about each sign as I go forward. So I'll see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Virgo risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your forecast for March 2026. Okay, Virgo rising, there's a lot for you to unpack this month because we have a total lunar eclipse in your sign. So, all eyes on you. But before I get into this, I'd like to say, take a look at the introduction, because I unpacked some tea, and that will help you navigate what's going on in the world and in your life. Okay? So here I'm just going to talk about what's going on in your forecast, but I'm only talking about the concentration of Pisces axis energy. Okay, that has to do with Pisces Virgo, Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. Okay, and with you being the star of the show, you know, there's a lot for you to take in. And it's been a lot for me to take in as well, because I have to do all of the charts. So I'm feeling this energy. And I don't want to overwhelm you with the other aspects that are playing a part in this month, because this is a lot to unpack for all of us, whether we feel it right now or not. Okay? Because a lot of this is going to happen in your sleep, because Pisces is that 12th house energy where you start to clear, you know, things that needs to be cleared out. So I'm going to start with the second. We have Mars entering Pisces at 0 degrees, and this is happening in your 7th house. Okay? And the 7th house is about your relationships with, you know, your marriage partner, one-on-one relationships, your partnerships, business partners, legal matters, you know, open enemies like your divorce partner, and your family and friends are also included here in your 7th house. Okay, so the 0 degrees makes a fresh, potent start. You know, 0 degrees is like springtime, something new starting to open up. So this amplifies Mars's drive to rationalize harmony or rationalize subtle conflict. Okay? So with Pisces in the mix here, it's going to, even though Mars's energy is amplified, it also has a quiet, subtle way of communicating or interacting in your relationships. So you can expect intense attractions, often romanticized or spiritually charged in a subtle way. Physical chemistry thrives alongside emotional depth, okay? Physical chemistry thrives alongside emotional depth, okay? So it's not just a physical thing. You know, you're looking for someone with some emotional depth intact as well, okay? So you may have passive aggressive tendencies or boundary issues here as well, because Mars is don't quite want to be in this Pisces energy, but has no choice but to be a part of it. So it's going to be acting a little off. But this too shall pass, right? So what you need to know is that there is some foggy energy with Pisces in the mix here, even though there are some new beginnings that could also show up. But just know that you have to set your boundaries, okay? You have to set boundaries because Pisces is a boundless energy. And sometimes we overdo, overgive, overbe all of those things. So setting boundaries will keep you present in the present moment. All right? So we're going to move to the third. And that's where we have this full moon in Virgo at 12 degrees. This is the worm moon, and it coincides with the total lunar eclipse that's also happening that same day. Okay? And this is happening in your first house. So this total lunar eclipse is called the blood moon. So it's going to be red, and you can see it in the Americas, East Asia, and Australia. All right? And your first house is the house of self, how you present yourself to the world. It is about your total body, okay? Your health as well, how you look, and how other people see you. So this is your first house. And with that, there is a total transformation that is coming your way. And you will see it. It'll happen slowly, gradually, but in a year's time, you can look back at it all. Okay? So you have a strong desire to adjust your habits, boundaries, or lifestyle so your outer behavior better reflects your inner values. Your karmic release is ending how you present yourself, relationships, career roles, or even your appearances can shift as old masks or patterns are shed. Okay? So you're letting go of some of your own self I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do know, but I can't find the word right now. But anyway, you're letting go of your old self because something new is coming into being for you. Now, on the 8th, we have retrograde Mercury in the sign of Pisces. And this is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So, just so you know, with retrogrades, it's always about review or someone from the past coming back in to resolve some type of issue. And this is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So it could be an old relationship that shows up, or you think about, or there's some conversation about it that happens. And miscommunication can also show up here with Mercury in your 7th house. But this is like a clearing with this retrograde Mercury here because there's a reset that is happening, with this this total lunar eclipse. So whatever is clearing, whatever is happening in your 7th house is clearing those old patterns, those old way of communicating and handling other people. Okay? And this is taken on a more gentler tone. So it's not so harsh and what is it that Mars does? Stance kind of attitude, behavior type thing. It's more gentler, easier to communicate and make things okay. All right? Just know that boundaries are required. There's this foggy energy that happens with Pisces, so you want to stay in the moment. All right? And on the 18th, we have a new moon at 28 degrees of Pisces, and this is happening in your 7th house as well. Now, with the new moon, you're setting new intentions, that type of energy, but it's at a critical degree of 28. And this is about ending something so new things can come in. So that lunar eclipse is setting the stage for change, okay? And with this anaretic degree, it amplifies the emotional energies, okay, in the 7th house. It invites compassionate forgiveness, or it invites, compassionate forgiveness, intuitive connections, and redefining mutual support. Okay, it emphasizes dissolving ego boundaries to foster empathy, healing wounds through vulnerability, and attracting soul-aligned partners or deepening commitments with flow rather than force. Okay? Pisces calls for trust in divine timing. Set intentions around mercy, shared dreams, and non judgmental bonds. Boundaries may blur, so balance compassion with discernment. Okay, stay in the present moment. All right, so this is for you, Virgo rising. You got a lot going on about yourself and about your others, okay, in your seventh house, because your seventh house is about other people. Your first house is about you, all right? So you're changing. And as you change and evolved, the things around you in your seventh house changes too. Okay, so good job. Enjoy. And until next time, bye for now.